won't hurt you because they're interested in the food. They'll be coming in more and more. Well, when a new group of people comes up, they kind of like back off and check things out. But they'll be here. I've been watching them all day. Good.
Behind you. Don't move. Don't move. Mom's got him. Look at that.
Did you learn this one? Is he still there?
Get out of here, bee.
Because you got it. Yeah. These are among the most wild creatures you will ever encounter. They cannot tolerate confinement or captivity, even for a little while. They had to wait for a lot of the scientific equipment to get smaller and more portable because they couldn't study them in a lab. They couldn't keep them in an aviary.
So do they need buffer sleep? Basically, they sleep while they're moving.
Yeah.
Suburbs.
Yeah.
Do they actually sleep? They rest?
They go into like a suspended animation
Just
overnight.
leave it, Leo. It's okay.
Yeah. They can't see it all in darkness. And so they have to be posted up and their respiration
He's
slow,
got a
their
feed
heartbeat
too.
slow. They do a lot of their body repair overnight. It is. And right before sunset, they have to get a whole lot. And then in the morning, at the first sliver of daylight, they'll start coming. And the next 4 hours will be pretty intense. Because, well, they're getting, during the day, they have to eat about every 15 minutes. They need 125% of their body weight every day.
How much do they weigh?
14 grams.
That's a big one right there.
Yeah.
You see the different species when you start. How
Oh,
many?
that's a Costa. He's just a big
That's
guy.
the Costa.
If they have like the darts coming from their face, that's a Costa.
Oh, look at now. Oh, goodness.
They're going to
That's
start
the
pouring
Costas.
in.
Here they come.
Oh, here they
Look
come.
at them little.
They're all males.
Wow, those are the big boys.
What's up with the feeders, man? You see them all? Those are all males. See the
Pretty
purple
crazy.
on them?
It's a party.
No one's going to believe
They're
this when you
posting
go to
now.
school. Tell them what you did.
They're going to be coming.
So, do you feel like, Steve, these birds you've been feeding all winter into spring?
And also for the last 8 years.
Right. So, like, what is the life expectancy of a hummingbird?
9 years tops.
Oh, okay. So these birds all pretty much know you very well.
Yeah, most of them were born here.
How big is a hummingbird when it's born?
The eggs are about the size of a jelly belly jelly bean.
Oh, wow. I'll
And
never
we-
eat a jelly belly again.
And when they leave the nest, like 4 weeks later,
Yeah.
they are bigger than the adults because
No, go ahead.
they have 2 weeks of fat to live off of while they learn
Oh
how
my
to do
gosh.
things like fly and feed themselves. Because hummingbird parents do not nurture the babies.
Maybe if you hold it out.
They will. They'll be how much come in a little bit. Darker it gets, the more they come.
You're doing great at standing still,
Wow.
and that's what they need.
Just leave it, I mean, it's okay.
It's a third of a cup to 1 cup water for the winter. And in the summer, because this is a desert, it goes to a 1/4 cup. And the nectar in the hand feeders is 50%. It's more rocket fuel.
You want to put your hand on the table? Does that help you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Literally, no pun. No pun.
Oh, good for you. Somebody get in that picture?
This is really cool. Just the
rest it on
camera
your
to
knee,
get
Ian.
everybody.
Just rest it on your knee.
This is going to thrill the folks in Ukraine. They watch these videos from bomb shelters.
Okay, Liam, just watch it. It's okay, buddy.
It's yours.
When the hell I should have
You think whenever the flowers actually are blooming out in the desert, that they depend more, they go back to the flowers?
Yeah.
Because it seems like in the summer
A
or
couple
the
of years,
spring.
a couple of years ago when we had the El Nino and the wildflower was super bloom,
Yeah.
they didn't stop here to rest up on migration. They just followed the flowers all the way up the coast.
Yeah, I feel like now that in our theater, there doesn't seem to be quite as many.
You can see it's starting to come in.
Yeah, they're starting to make a show.
That's Moose. Yeah, he's a moose.
So they're migrating north eventually, like, because we get them out of Canada.
Yeah. They've already started. The
Okay.
ones further south, like the Rufus,
Yeah, okay.
the Calliopes, and the Rubies, and the Broadtails are all with.
We kind of get,
Somebody else want to try to feed?
and as soon as you put the feeder up, they're there all summer, and then they just disappear one day they're gone.
Yeah.
The end of August, they're gone. And they nest in our yard. We've seen their nests and stuff.
And we're northern Alberta. By Edmonton. No. We don't get maybe the,
We get the red throat.
yeah, red throat. We don't see more.
I don't know the name of them.
Ruby throat.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And if you get ruby throats, you won't get any other hummingbirds.
Oh, sorry, they
Yeah,
push their,
they're jerks.
Oh, yeah.
now that would
Even-
explain.
Even like they're like two pairs and they fight over their feeder. And there's 4 holes, you know?
Yeah.
And they're just so territorial.
Well, not only do they have a favorite feeder,
Is this one not being used?
yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna grab it. Excuse me.
they have a favorite port on their paper.
No, it's okay.
Yes, you're right.
This will be easier for him to hold.
What
And
do you say, Lizzie?
woe betide anyone who,
It's
yeah,
easier to
is
hold.
in
You
the wrong
put your
place.
fingers this way.
Yeah. 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 Around this thing.
Yeah, it's,
It's a little easier.
There you go.
There you go.
get it out from the Black Widow Ranch.
You want to
If you
sit
want
here,
to.
Liam? Sit here for a minute.
When I learned that hummingbirds wrap their nests with spider webs, I quit
What do you say?
taking down spider
I'm
webs.
going to show you a trick. Sit on the chair.
Send them to yourself.
Sure.
Take this.
And here's another chair. They aren't comfortable.
Well, this guy that's sitting on the couch.
Let's try to stand up.
Would you like to sit?
No, you go right ahead.
Oh,
Did you want to sit?
the chair.
Oh, that's a good idea, hold on to the pole.
Makes your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, because still is more important than anything. If you hold that high enough, you'll be able to watch their tongues.
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of a thrill.
My arm's giving out.
Yeah, rest your elbow. Because it's just now starting to kick off.
Yeah. Oh, your dad's got one.
Yeah, the Costas part, the Rufus clicks.
Oh.
The broadtails have special feathers on their tails that don't help them fly but make a wonderful trilling.
Oh, really? How do these different species get along with each other?
It took a
Better than
long
we do.
time. It took a long time.
Liam, look.
That was pretty
Close.
close.
I think you're next, Liam. I love that feeling of the wind.
Yeah.
The little fan.
And the vibrations from their tongue.
It's like purple. It's like nice.
Oh, so close.
That's one of the same one goes to the same port.
Well, and I really don't know what their criteria is on who they choose. It could be anything.
He put his feet in there.
Nice.
Okay. There you go. Now he's got one. Yeah, this man. Dad has one.
Get out of here. Got one
Just perched
game.
up there. Little spot.
Little swing.
There's a Buddhist monk at the meditation center up in Idlewild that is telling people that hummingbirds can see human auras.
I bet they can.
They can see several spectrums of light beyond what we can see, like they can see into ultraviolet and lavenders and pinks. So if humans have auras, I have no doubt they can see them.
Right. Well, it's like some floral, they can do like a black light in some floral places and everything glows, right?
Yeah.
Like the flowers.
Yeah, it's probably like one of the old Peter Max posters from the 60s.
Yeah.
And can you imagine what having that vision and flying over like wildflowers in the desert is like?
Oh, I bet it's
Yeah. Or they really swarm the lavender and flower farms around Escondido.
You guys want to try? You want to try? You sure?
It's very different and very strange. There's not a lot you can relate to. If you hold it like that, they'll be afraid of being grass. And it's just
This is a very social little fire. It's on the same line. It seems like it's the same line.
maybe my red shirt helped attract it to me. And I wish I knew how to get him to come to somebody specifically. Sometimes people call me a hummingbird whisperer, but I'm not, because they don't do what I tell them. I do what they tell me.
He's just checking everybody out.
Pretty amazing, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, there's your anise.
The body does this one called anise that are completely red throated. And there were one just landed.
Yeah, I saw
You
that.
saw it?
Yeah.
Red throated.
Yeah.
Well, red head.
Yeah,
Their
okay.
entire head. There he is. Yeah.
No, I'm good. Thank you so much.
But people that come here to see the hummingbirds are usually really good people. In a mood to be gracious and share. Well, they would, but the hummingbirds would shut down. Oh, yeah. if they see a hummingbird about, a cat about to do something, they dive bomb them.
And then scooch up as much as you can. Whoop. 4 or 5. Yeah. The more forward you get,
Is there a way we can like move the chair? Help him
to the side of the chair. It's not so easy for
Way to do it without hurting.
It's a low one. It's got small legs.
I've seen one little hummingbird drive a roadrunner away from the olive tree where she was nesting. They are not afraid of their weight.
No, take it.
You're doing it.
All right.
You did it. Oh, it's a cat. He's not afraid of you.
Always when they come to us, they go to the side. They go to us.
Yes.
That's what he likes.
He does like that.
And I can tell him.
Yeah.
As soon as we go into death, they lift people still. And I also sure because we're in there, like we're in
Liam's had more use than
Canada. So we get the red ones. We get the red
Yeah.